Hey YouTube, this is Watachi. Um, I've got it's probably going to end up being about 3 videos that I'm going to be doing over Girard, Ohio Police Department and their photo radar tickets that they write from a bridge and then send you in the mail. Now, reason I'm having to do this in 3 videos is because I don't have a bunch of video editing equipment. I don't know how to attach one video to another. But the first two, part two, will immediately follow part one. Part one is me, this one right here, explaining what I'm doing in these videos. And then part two will be me recording inside the police department, video recording and audio recording the police officer or whoever I can get to answer some questions. And then me filing the dismissal paperwork to have the charges dismissed for lack of evidence. But and then the third part will be either when we get it in the mail that they've dismissed the charges, in which they're going to have to, but or when we go to court and beat them there. Either way, it doesn't matter. But just to give you kind of a rundown on what's going on, more than likely, I was driving my wife's car, which is registered in my wife's name, through a town called Girard, Ohio, on the interstate. They said there was a cop up on a bridge, which they gave me some paperwork here, and I'll kind of give you a shot at it. And it shows the car and the license plate number. And then there's also another piece that, it's right here, that it has a photo of the officer up on a bridge taking a picture with his radar gun. Now, these two photos, it doesn't show who's driving the car. It just shows my wife's car and the plate number. So they then, and the reason why they're doing this, I mean, the state of Ohio has told them to cut it out, cease and desist. Well, the city of Girard decided they make too much money from this because in the time it takes them to write one ticket to, radar check somebody on the bridge, get in their car, track the person down, pull them over and give them the ticket, they can write 30 tickets by just taking pictures and sending them in the mail. Now, they don't have one bit of proof of who was driving the car. So they basically think, well, we could ticket an inanimate object like the car, and these people will pay it. And like I said, the state of Ohio has told them to cease and desist on this shit. And Girard, Ohio Police Department decided they're not going to because they've been making a ton of money off these tickets. Now, the reason why they make a ton of money off of these tickets, and they really shouldn't make a dime, is because the ignorance of the people that are getting these tickets. Now, these tickets, normally when you get a ticket, you violate a law somewhere, or a cop thinks you violated a law. They get in behind you and they pull you over with their lights on. At that point, you are basically under arrest. When they're pulling you over, if you don't stop, they will arrest you for fleeing an officer. So you're basically under arrest when you get pulled over. They come up, ask you for your driver's license, proof of insurance, and registration. They then go back and they run your name, looking for warrants and everything while they're writing a ticket for whatever offense they say you violated. They then bring you the ticket and hand it to you. Well, at this point you've been ticketed. It'll tell you on there you can either pay the fine or you can go in and get set up, or there's a court date for you to go to court in front of a judge if you want to fight it. These tickets here, they do none of this. They take a picture. You don't know if that radar gun's working properly. You don't know if it's working at all. This cop just takes a picture of your car going down the damn road, and then they send it to you in the mail. Well, we all know the U.S. Post Office doesn't lose stuff. No, they ain't never. I only worked with them for 5 years, and I heard them complaints all the time. So I'm going in there today, and I'm going to ask them questions about this stuff. What if that ticket would have gotten lost in the mail? Would my wife have had a warrant put out for her arrest? And if so, if she was arrested for it without ever even knowing she got the ticket because it got lost in the mail, what would happen from there? Because those would be even more charges they would have on her, other than a bullshit speeding ticket that she wasn't even driving. Now, the reason why I know for a fact that she wasn't driving, my wife is scared to death of interstates. The cars are moving too fast for her. She don't like the semis. She will go 100 miles out of her way to go to the Walmart down the road to keep from getting on an interstate. Well, this photo on this ticket was taken on the interstate. So 99.99% of the time, if my car's on the interstate, I am driving. If not me, then maybe my son. So we know for a fact she was not driving the car. So they basically just ticketed the car. And that's why I'm going to go in there and ask some questions. But when I go in there, I'm just going to have and I've done this before to police departments and sheriff's departments. I'm just going to have my phone in my pocket recording, but I'm not going to have it in my hand. So they won't know for sure if I'm recording or not. So I'm going to try to get them to stick their foot in their mouths. But anyway, to get back to the state, the city of Girard has a class action lawsuit going against them for these tickets in the first place. And like I said, the state of Ohio has told them to stop the dumb shit. Well, they're refusing to because it's making them, I think the numbers was $1.4 million over, I think it's been 3 years since they started doing this shit. And Girard, the money that comes from this, they don't tell the state about it. It says right on the ticket, this is not reported to the state and it's not reported to your insurance company. So there won't be no points against your license and or anything like that. So that tells me that if they're not reporting it to the state, then they're hiding the money. They're not giving the money. See, those ticket monies are supposed to go to the Ohio Department of Transportation for whatever Ohio Department of Transportation wants to do with them, whether it's road work, paying for salt trucks for the winter, whatever they do with the money. Well, seeing as how Girard, Ohio, isn't reporting that money to the state, they say that they claim they're using it for new police cars and uniforms and guns, whatever the bullshit story they got going, that is why they're doing it. But I'm sure there's higher up people that's getting the money put in their own pocket. I'm sure the police officers that are doing it are being paid maybe overtime or something extra for doing it. So it's not going to anything but lying in the pockets of these corrupted bastards. And that's what I keep trying to tell you people. This government it's corrupted from the top down. It's not just corrupted in Washington, D.C. It's corrupted from the top down. And even these little cities like Girard, Ohio, these damn police departments think they can get away with anything they want to do because they have authority to wear badges and guns. And if you don't agree with them, they'll just send those guys with badges and guns to your house. So, but I just did this little short one here just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm preparing to do this morning when I take this paperwork over there. And I am going to record them. I don't give a crap whether they got signs on the doors that says no recording. I don't give a shit. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to record them and I'm going to try to get them to answer my questions. I don't believe they'll answer the questions. They'll either deny or they'll say, I don't know the answers to that. And I'm going to tell them, well, can you get me somebody who does? And they're going to say, well, there's nobody in right now. Guarantee you, this is exactly what they're going to say. Because when I asked them if that ticket got lost in the mail, if they would have put out a warrant, they're not going to answer that. Because if that's true, then all you have to do is ignore these tickets if they come in the mail. Throw them in the trash. It's the ignorant people that live in all these cities that just like, they'll get that ticket in the mail instead of trying to fight it in any way, shape, or form or see where their rights are being violated, where they don't even have proof of who was driving the car. These people will just jump up, go over there and pay the $100 fine. And that's what most people will do. But I'm not most people. I don't play that game. I don't even care if they had a picture of me driving the damn car. They still wouldn't have known what my name was. So, because my name is not on that title or that registration. So, now if they'd have caught me if it would have been my Jeep's in my name, but not my wife's car. But I will fight it anyway. I'll make them spend $100,000 to prosecute me over a seatbelt ticket if I can do it. I'll stretch it out to 40 damn court dates and tie up the damn prosecutor's office, the cop, the judge, and everybody before I plead guilty to anything. And I'm telling you, people, out of about the last 20, I've only lost about 2. I'm getting to the point I'm getting pretty good at beating them at their own game. But you got to understand what jurisdiction they're prosecuting you in to do that. And this jurisdiction right here that this ticket was written under is corporate. It's actually maritime admiralty jurisdiction. It's not even law of the land. It's law of the sea that they're prosecuting us over. It's corporate law. And you got to fight them with their own corporate laws. You got to learn what they have the right to do and what they don't have the right to do. But if you don't, like they say, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So I'm going to show you people that what I'm talking about. And like I said, they're going to not answer my questions, I'm pretty sure. And there won't be a supervisor there to answer my questions either. You watch and see. But this is part 1. Part 2 will come here right after this video. And then part 3 will show up when we get the paperwork in the mail saying they dismissed it. Or when we go to court and they dismiss it, whichever way. But they had no proof of who was driving the car. They have nobody to prosecute. And they've got to at least prove that. So, all right, people. You guys have a good day out there. And may God bless us all because we're going to need it. Good day. And I'll see you in part 2.